This is all... They're not worth the time it's on. Both parties are trash. We lost. Biden already won. They don't care. Dude, this is so fucking insane. It's so insane. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's from yesterday. That's not even from today. Oh, shit. That's not even from today. Oh, I thought that was from today. So today he didn't even talk about it. That's not even from... Oh, my God. Yeah, new Space Force uniform. It doesn't matter. He doesn't give a shit. Like, he does not give a shit. He has literally not fucking... Like, there is no other way. Sorry, I'm like looking around. I have to run an ad right now. So top of the hour, every hour, 6-second ad break. If you don't want to see the ads at the top of every hour, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for free with your Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime is when you connect your Amazon Prime or someone else's Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get one free fucking subscription, and you can send me links and stuff if you want to. I'm running the ad now. Okay, so this is this is such a disastrous way to fucking message around this issue that, like, the only reason why you wouldn't do it, the only reason for the apprehension at a time when Mitch McConnell is literally one of the only fucking people that's standing in opposition to this otherwise incredibly popular bill, is if you truly believe that, like, you are going to work with Mitch McConnell and you're afraid that Mitch McConnell is going to shit on you. If you don't work with Mitch McConnell, he's going to shit on you. Like, it's so fucking insane to me that they will not try to win the Senate race, the Senate runoffs in Georgia. All of these people that are out there, these Democrats, these like fucking well-intentioned liberals that are on the streets of Georgia knocking on fucking doors. It's like a slap to their face. I mean, fuck me. I'm already black-pilled to shit. Okay, I don't believe the Democrats will ever do anything right. I'm surprised consistently and pleasantly whenever Nancy Pelosi does the right thing, or even Chuck Schumer in this circumstance is doing the right thing about the 2K payments. Okay, but like, Joe Biden from the bully pulpit has the opportunity to greatly kick this fucking race into high gear and make a clear statement on why you have to vote for fucking Democrats in Georgia. That's not for me. I don't give a shit. John Ossoff does not represent my worldview or my best interest. Senator Cornyn, who was close to McConnell and talked to him for several minutes, Senator Cornyn, who was close to McConnell, talked to him for several minutes after the Senate adjourns, suggests pairing the 2000 with liability shield. Fucking called it. He says he does not support the House's straight up bill. Yeah, they want to fucking poison it. The only way that they will ever try to like get this through is if they fucking poison it with a liability shield, as I said, or with the Section 230 repeal. The Section 230 repeal is less likely than the liability shield, though, because the liability shield at least like is tangentially related to fucking the COVID matter at hand. But no matter what happens, it's confirmed. McConnell, before Senate adjourns, started the Rule 14 process to get two bills onto the calendar. The House passed 2K bill and S-5085 to increase additional 2020 recovery rebates to repeal Section 230 of the Communications Act of 1934 and for other purposes. For those wondering if the Republicans would combine a $2,000 direct payment expansion with the Section 230 repeal, the answer is yes. Yeah. They are, of course, going to want to try to poison it. Now it's in the hands of the Democrats to... to message appropriately around it. So let me tell you something. If you are a liberal, if you're a well-intentioned liberal and you watch me and you say, Hassan, other people have told me that you are a bit of a shark, that you fucking hate the Democrats, that you're in the pocket of Russia or whatever, remember this moment. Okay? Because in this moment, Joe Biden is dropping an incredible opportunity to literally get John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock elected. Okay? Joe Biden himself is flubbing a very clear shot here, a very clear and easy opportunity to center this conversation around the 2K payments and the 2K payments only. And none of this other shit. No poison pills, no repealing Section 230, no fucking liability shield. Just clear cut, easy to understand for the everyday American. You are going to get $2,000, and the only person standing loudly and proudly against that, the main issue at hand at the heart of the Georgia Senate races right now, the only person that's fucking this entire situation is Mitch McConnell and the Senate Republicans. And Joe Biden, instead of doing that, is talking about how, oh my God, Jack, we got to do mask wearing, Jack. In the first 100 days, Jack, I'm going to kiss all the girls. I'm going to kiss the guys. I'm going to kiss all the girls. He's literally trying to save lives and you want him to play politics? He's trying to save lives? What? You're trying to trigger me, right? He's trying to save lives right now? Chill. You're trying to trigger me, right? That's what you're doing. Do you honestly think this demented piece of shit wants to win Georgia, or do you think he would be much rather blame obstruction of Republicans for the next 4 years as an excuse for not pushing any progressive policy? Honest question. These slimy bastards are showing their true colors. I mean, there's no fucking reason. There's no other reason why Joe Biden shouldn't be campaigning aggressively right now. Also, $2,000 will not immediately save lives, but better off than fucking $600, that's for sure. Closer to saving lives than $600. And by the way, not only that, but a way better way to fucking save lives by winning, if you truly believe in the power of elections, then you're saving lives by winning, right? You're saving lives by making sure that the Senate is majority Democrat instead of the fucking psychotic Republicans, right? Taking control, taking the fucking power out of the hands of Mitch McConnell. Isn't that going to save lives? You dumb bitch. Otherwise, why the fuck would you vote for Democrats to begin with? Otherwise, you're literally making an argument that you should never vote ever again. This saves lives, one, by, improving the chances that Democrats have in the Georgia runoffs. You're saving lives by literally giving people $2,000. And that's a hell of a lot more than just saying, wear a mask, Jack. Until the death rate goes down, he's going to talk about massive vaccines. Oh, no, dude, you're fucking done. You're done. I don't give a fuck if you've been subscribed to me for 3 months. Your brain disease is worse than a fucking racist. I can sometimes talk to a racist and talk them out of being racist in their social conditioning. But this level of brain rot is incurable. Sorry. You're out, brother. I don't give a shit how many months you've supported me. No way. If I were to stick around and consistently have a conversation with you, this would be a worse place overall. Like, this stream would be awful. I don't care. He said that Joe Biden's idiotic and basically just fucking aesthetics focused approach to trying to get fucking Republicans to promote mask wearing by saying, come on, Jack, we got to wear masks, Jack. Like, that's going to fucking save lives. That's not going to save shit. Shut the fuck up. You're fucking wrong. And your brain rot is way too powerful. And it almost seems like you just care about, owning the left more than actually saving fucking lives. Why don't they just give the 2K to those employed? The ones that actually needed to survive? What do you mean? The 2K is for everyone. Employed and unemployed. It's insane. Is that worth a ban, though? Yes. Yes. Because if he's trolling to derail the stream. So that's fucking bullshit. If he's not trolling, if he unironically has that belief system, I do not want him in the fucking stream. Or at least he can stay in the stream, but I don't want him talking in like fucking Like, I would rather have yep cock spammers than that fucking dipshit and his brain cancer in the chat, because it's gonna constantly make me agitated, and I'm constantly gonna fucking spend my time yelling at that idiotic, moronic, brain dead, delusional neoliberal who betrays his own values. The argument you can make, if you are a fucking neoliberal, if you literally love the Democratic Party, you want to hug and kiss the Democratic Party, the argument is simple. Use the fucking 2K checks, even if you don't give a fuck about the 2K checks, even if you don't care about the workers, even if your opinion is fuck the poor, they are poor because they deserve to be poor, you should still recognize that centering the fucking conversation, as many Democrats have already recognized, centering the conversation about around a popular issue for the Democrats to win the Senate majority is the successful way to win and save lives down the way, right? Your point of view is voting for Democrats magically saves people's lives, right? That's why you voted for Joe Biden instead of Donald Trump, right? So why the fuck would you ever defend Joe Biden here in making a deliberate, I believe, misstep and not utilizing this opportunity to agitate further to make sure that Democrats actually win in Georgia? Every moment that Democrats don't use this as an opportunity to reframe the narrative around how Republicans are demons, and that's precisely why you got to vote for Democrats in the Senate Georgia race, is a moment that you've lost. Is a moment that you've allowed Fox News to run David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler out there to be like they are actually on board with the 2K and the Democrats are fucking communists. You have no argument. If you are a liberal, if you are a fan of the Democratic Party and you watched Joe Biden just talk about this and you still are of the belief that he gives a shit and truly wants to win the Georgia race, think about it again. We got Trump outflanking Biden on the 2K from the left. The fuck? I'm with you on this one. Even Mindrive, who is a permanent liberal staple in the chat, is against Joe Biden's actions here. It's so fucking stupid. No, really. Yes, I'm reading 30,000 people in the chat while giving them political commentary while also listening to you in the background. Yes. Eavesdropping on your conversation as you're having in my kitchen. Yes. Anyway. My mom was just surprised I can hear them and or just participated in their combo. Meanwhile, CNN and Republican Senator Pat Toomey on to defend not voting for 2K, so shameless.
Today, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, is embracing uncertainty today as lawmakers try to navigate a tricky set of votes that could force many Republicans to cross President Trump. Republican Senator Pat Toomey from the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania joins me now live. Senator, thanks so much for joining us, and Merry Christmas. I want to get your reaction to the president's latest tweet. He said, unless Republicans have a death wish, and it is also the right thing to do, they must approve the $2,000 payments ASAP. $600 is not enough. What do you think? What's your response? I notice you're there are 5 Republican senators that have come out in favor of increasing the payment from $600 to $2,000, but you are among that's 5 Republican senators. You're among the 47 Republican senators that have not.
Well, that's right, Jake, and I'm not going to, because I think it's a very bad idea. I mean, let's be clear about what we're talking about here. We're talking about sending checks, the vast majority of which will be going to people who've had no loss of income whatsoever. That's just a fact. How and why does that make any sense at all? Oh, and by the way, when you bring this direct payment up to $2,000, the total cost is almost 2/3 of $1 trillion. It's over $600 billion, most of which, I mean, the vast majority of which will go to people who had no lost income whatsoever. You know, this makes no sense. We're in a very different place today than we were back in March. And it was of dubious merit back in March. But then at least you could make the case that we actually had no economy. We had so completely shut down the economy that we were looking to send money as a substitute for the economy. Now, we've got a very different situation. The economy grew at 33% last quarter. We've got very acute problems within certain employment groups, right? People who work for restaurants and hotels and travel and entertainment, devastated. But we do not have a global macroeconomic depression underway at all. So it makes no sense to be sending this out to everybody who has a pulse. Oh, by the way, you actually don't need a pulse. Anyone who died this year, dead people are going to get the checks too. I wonder if it's enough stimulus for them. I mean, that's how ridiculous.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. Dude. Clown ass, dude. First of all, same arguments can be launched against $600. Same argument, it can be launched against every fucking bit of stimulus. Again, notice how out of touch and asinine and ridiculous this demon fucking sounds. This is exactly what you want. You want Republicans to come out and be like, you fucking dirty poors, you unwashed masses do not deserve any money. Okay? You need them on the record to say shit like this. And then you need to cut out fucking attack ads when the moment comes to remind people that this is precisely why you don't fucking vote for these goddamn Republicans. They can act like they care about you by saying, hey, we'll let you say the N-word, Jack. We don't care. Or, you know, we'll protect your guns. Democrats are socialists. But ultimately, when push comes to shove, when you recognize that you need, when you recognize that you fucking need $2,000 and you're desperate and you see all these fucking big corporations get unlimited funds, basically, and the government turns around and says, hey, should we give the people $2,000? They seem to want it. They say, fuck you. They say no. And they're on the record with saying no because they know that you won't pay attention to it. So pay attention to it and remember that. Okay?
This is.
Well, I guess I have a couple questions for you. One in policy and one procedure. On the policy level, you would agree that there are still millions of Americans suffering, people who have lost their jobs, who have lost income,
yeah,
who do need help. What would be a better way to help those people? I mean, you've seen the lines at the food banks all over Pennsylvania, I'm sure.
So, Jake, that's where we should be targeting. And so a lot of the bill that we voted for overwhelmingly does, in fact, target those very people. It's PPP loans, right, which are really grants to small businesses, provided that they keep their workforce employed. So people would continue to have a job because of that money who would otherwise not have a job. There's a plus up in unemployment benefits for people who are actually unemployed. There's an expansion of the eligibility for unemployment benefits to include people like the self-employed and gig workers who've historically not qualified. Those kinds of things make a lot of sense.
Pinning working class people against one another too, by the way. That's another fucking common tactic. That's what they use for unemployment insurance, which was a lifesaver for millions of Americans. At its peak, it was like, what, 50 million Americans that were fucking unemployed. And they were literally saying, hey, you're going to give the unemployed this much money? What about the employed? It's like, meanwhile, you are the fucking sole reason why the employed can't even get fucking additional hazard pay or can't even get the fucking benefits, can't even fucking unionize to make sure that they advocate for their best interest. While simultaneously, they're like, oh my God, it's the fucking employed people. We should pin them against the unemployed who are literally unemployed as a consequence of COVID. Like, not because of not because they just wanted to be unemployed, but because of COVID. It's fucking bullshit.
We could have a debate and a discussion about whether we should do even more for those things. But when you're talking about the two-income couple who, let's say they both happen to work for the federal government among the 2 million people who do, they've never had even an interruption in their income. They've had no lost income at all. And if they've got 2 kids, we're going to send them $8,000 of money we don't have? That just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so that's the policy question. The procedure question is, do you think Senate Majority Leader McConnell should offer a clean up or down bill, up or down vote on this issue of $600 to $2,000? I suspect that he might be thinking about other ways to kill it, because I think he agrees with you, such as adding that, the provision to get rid of Section 230, which provides immunity to social media companies from posts that other people put on their sites. I mean, wouldn't a clean up or down vote be the better way to at least legislate this, even if you vote no?
So I don't think so, Jake. And the reason is because I think it makes much, much more sense, and there would be much broader support if this is actually targeted to people who need it. As I say, we don't have this money lying on the shelf. We're either going to print this money or we're going to borrow it from overseas. And either way, we ought to think long and hard about how we're doing this. When you know for a fact that the vast majority of it is going to go to people who've had no loss of income, I think that's indefensible. And so if there's a will,
Dude, shut the fuck up. First of all, that's why there's a fucking means-tested tail end of this proposal where people like myself who are eligible to collect payment from the government for my 2019 tax returns will end up paying all of that back to the government when I'm paying my fucking taxes. Like, shut up. This notion that like people that didn't fucking get any fucking losses, these are people that are making less than $75,000 a year. Why the fuck shouldn't they get $2,000? Like, what is this? This concern is so fucking moronic, dude. It's so disgusting, dude.
will to do more, then we ought to talk about how you do that in a sensible fashion where the money goes to people who actually need it. And we're not going to figure that out.
But like the hilarity is they don't want money to go to the people that actually need it, by the way. Like, that's what's incredibly annoying to me is that like they literally stand in opposition when there are certain provisions that would even give additional help directly to the people that need it. And these are the motherfuckers who are like, nope, fuck that. Those people shouldn't get it either, because then it's a deficit problem. Like, it's bullshit. Like, he's just trying to fucking throw as many defenses as he possibly can. But hey, guess what? It doesn't matter. It's actually a good thing to have these dipshits sound so out of touch. Let them be the ones who are out of touch and not the fucking Democrats, because when push comes to shove, Democrats say this idiotic shit as well. All the time. Oh, well, the deficit, we got to, it won't get through PAYGO. Like, this is an important measure. Anyway, dude, are you wearing an Edgar Gonzalez shirt right now? Yes, of course. Is that a joke? Why? He's a fan of mine, and I didn't even know that he was like a famous brand or something. He's the one who's like sent me like 5 of these. I didn't know that he was. I didn't even know that his shirts had. I didn't say friend of mine. I said fan of mine. He's in this community. He's probably in here right now. I don't know him personally until he started sending me the shirts. Why would Biden deliberately misstep? Anyway, yeah, that's it's derailing the combo.
On a up or down vote that gets jammed in sometime this week.
So obviously, President Trump says that your position is a death wish and the wrong thing to do. He also has been lashing out at Republican leaders for the vote to override the defense bill, calling House Republican leadership weak and tired. Now, a senior Republican told CNN that these rants are, quote, the ravings of a deposed king. How do you see these attacks on Republicans?
Look, I'm not very surprised about tweets that are critical of people who are overriding the president's veto. He doesn't like that prospect. I understand that. But I think that the defense authorization bill, which we have passed for 59 consecutive years.
I love that. Like, he has to say, like, the defense authorization bill, now that's good spending. You getting $2,000, no, that's bad spending. Not good at all. Terrible spending. The radical poors do not deserve this money. You're making less than $75,000 a year, you're getting $2,000, okay? That's what the Cash Act is. That's all it is. If you're making up to $100,000 a year, it adjusts. It is mean tested and it adjusts to your level of income, but you get something, okay? Meanwhile, motherfucker is out here being like, nope, you don't deserve it. Sorry, it won't happen.
I don't think
and trying to defend it while simultaneously being like, no. Gazillions of dollars of the American military, though. And by the way, which features a lot of foreign aid. Remember that. The American defense spending is not just, giving money to to Veterans Affairs, or it's not just like making sure that the children of veteran get educated. Now, that's a part of it, certainly. That is a part of the budget. It's certainly a big part of the budget, as a matter of fact, and it should be a part of the budget. After all, the American military is a jobs program. It's the largest government jobs program on the planet. It's larger than the Chinese jobs program of the Chinese military. But if you are so angry at foreign aid, then you definitely shouldn't be in support of like $750 billion going to the fucking American military, because a fuckload of that is foreign aid as well.
Considers it perfect. It is the result of a legislative process, which, by the way, this administration was involved in. And the president's big objection seemed to be the provision that is going to require renaming of military facilities that are named after Confederates. Look, I think that amendment probably goes too far in the dynamic, but I don't have a problem with renaming military bases.
Wait, why does it go too far? Like, Jake Tapper, what is your job, homie? Like, you have one job. You got to stop him at some point and be like, why does it go too far? Please, Senator, explain to me why renaming bases because they're named after white supremacist terrorists. Okay? Why does that go too far? This provision is literally supported almost across the board by every single general. Okay? This didn't just like happen. Please explain to me how you, the moderate Republican, is going to say, renaming the bases goes a little too far. Explain that. It's your job, Jake. Your job's not to fucking sleep. Your job's not to sleep on the fucking wheel, brother. What are you doing there? All you're doing is platform is fucking dipshit if you don't even push back on this. That's like, this is aesthetics shit too. This is literally like the aesthetics, calling every Republican a racist type politics that CNN absolutely loves. If you can't even do that, then what the fuck are you doing? Just ask him that. It's a real simple question. That's bad optics for the Republicans, and it's good optics for CNN.
Against people who did not commit treason and take up arms against the United States. So I don't object.
Why does it go too far? He's admitting it's not a bad thing. That's why he doesn't have a problem with it. So why does it go too far?
Look, I think that amendment probably goes too far in the dynamic, but I don't have a problem with renaming military bases against people who did not commit treason and take up arms against the United States. So I don't
I don't understand. Why though? Why does it go too far then?
Object to that idea. And the idea that Section 230 should be repealed. Look, I think that's an important conflict.
What is the dynamic? Just ask that question. It's not that hard of a question. Okay, that's one. Okay, but that's not the only question you should be asking. The question you should be asking is like, why do you think foreign aid and this level of military spending is acceptable versus you have such strong opinions on giving people money when it comes to $2,000?
Issue, but that legal liability protection that we granted to these internet companies years ago really enabled spectacular growth in a whole new industry that has done so much for our economy. Is it being abused in some cases? I think it is, actually. But I don't think you just decide one day to throw it all out. I think we've got to think through what are the unintended consequences of that? How might we treat this in a more nuanced way than just completely repealing Section 230.
Before you go, sir, a few weeks ago, you briefly held up the relief bill over concerns you had about a program at the Federal Reserve that you saw as the Fed doing the job of legislators and also allowing members of Congress to sit back and not make tough decisions, let the Fed handle it. As a principle, I understand that. And it seems to be a big problem for Congress, especially when it comes to sending troops abroad, this idea of Congress outsourcing tough decisions to the Fed or the Pentagon. What do you think?
Because a big part of the Republican Party's long-standing ideological project, their efforts, is to literally diminish the power that Congress has and stack the deck with as many Republican judges and justices as possible, to hand it off to the courts, and then to expand on the executive authority of the president so that the president can unilaterally make decisions, and the Congress can't even go against it. And then if there's any sort of issues, then it'll bring it up to the court system, where they have won the battle in stacking the deck with as many Republican psychopaths as possible. That's the reason why there's so many, the unitary executive theory that Bill Barr, who's a massive advocate of, by the way. That's the real answer. That's the real reason why, like, you know, a lot of the congressional authority or congressional power of the purse, for example, is being relegated to the Fed. It shouldn't be, but it doesn't matter. And the only reason why it's being done that way is because there is no fucking way to do anything in Congress, because Mitch McConnell's theory, which is, by the way, a proven to be successful theory, is if you obstruct, no matter what, as long as you get your main policy goals, your main agenda items out the way, when you have majority in the House and the Senate, as long as you get some of the stuff done, as long as you get some of the stuff out of the way, it doesn't matter. Obstructionists are always going to win. They will favor you as long as you obstruct. Your party and your party loyalty will not be tampered, because the Democrats are not going to launch a strong enough argument against you to vote for Democrats and take away your power. The only reason why we have $600 in this CARES relief that was passed with the omnibus is literally because Mitch McConnell's own personal power in the Senate is now threatened because the Georgia runoff races are within a margin of error. That's the only reason why they even said yes to the second stimulus, and that's the reason why we're having a conversation around $2,000.
Well, so there's no question in my mind that for decades now, Congress has been gradually, but seemingly systematically,
obviously, you won't say more. He and McConnell are good friends. You want McConnell to treat him like Obama? McConnell was the only person invited to Bo's funeral. What? I want him to string up McConnell in the Florida Senate from his fucking bowels, bitch. Shut the fuck up, you dumb motherfucker. What do you mean I treat him like his friend? Why would he treat McConnell like he's his friend? If you are running and there's an opportunity in the fucking Senate runoff races in Georgia to literally throw Mitch McConnell out, okay? To throw Mitch McConnell in the trash, to never have to deal with him until the next fucking midterm elections, where the Senate power dynamic might change again. Why in the ever-loving fuck should Joe Biden treat Mitch McConnell like that's his friend? If his point of view is win the Georgia runoffs so that Mitch McConnell is powerless, or at least his power is greatly diminished, why the fuck should he act like they're fucking friends? I mean, they are friends, but why the fuck should he do that? He's trying to win a race, right? Unless he literally is banking on Mitch McConnell continuing to have control over the Senate.
Transferring the authority that the Constitution and the responsibility that the Constitution assigns to us, transferring that mostly to the executive branch. And I think that's a huge mistake. It diminishes the accountability of these actions, and it diminishes the say of the American people. I do think you can make that case that has happened in the foreign policy.
Nah, man, I think it's smart to hedge bets and not piss Mitch off in case we lose one of the races. That way, there's still a chance they can work out a smaller green package. Still can have Bernie/other players hammer home the 2K message and still hedge. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, dude. No. You're losing then. You're a fucking loser. Like, there is no one, and I mean no one operates this way. Republicans certainly don't operate this way. Why the fuck is Mitch McConnell threatened currently? Why is he threatened to take action currently? Mitch is never going to work with the fucking Democrats. The only time he will allow to work with the Biden administration if he's literally advocating for a Republican agenda item. Now, I know that's not his take. It's from a tweet. There is no good reason to try to not piss Mitch McConnell off. Mitch McConnell's not going to fucking actually work with the Democrats unless it's literally a Republican point of view. No, loser POV. Fuck that shit. Absolutely fuck that shit. Uh-oh. Breaking news? What is this? Oh, BNO newsroom sucks, though. The first case of coronavirus mutation first found in the UK? Yeah, fuck that. I don't. We'll wait for a more legitimate outlet to talk about that. Yeah, we gotta fucking work with Mitch McConnell. We can't piss him off. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. These motherfuckers are literally trying to stop this from happening by adding poison pills onto it, and you're like, today we discovered Colorado's first case of COVID-19 variant B117, the same variant discovered in the UK. The health and safety of Coloradans are a top priority, and we'll monitor the case as well as COVID-19 indicators very closely. Dick Durbin is against this?
Came up with a good bill, one I was proud to support. This annual legislation...
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, fuck Dick Durbin. Dick Durbin can suck my dick, okay?
...has been signed into law for 6 consecutive decades.
It's also, this is probably, if we're keeping it 100, this is gross on behalf of Chuck Schumer. Like, he is so incompetent, dude. Keep your fucking deputies in line, you dumb bitch. What are you doing? Like, he's the fucking Democratic whip, dude. What are you doing? Like, you really can't get your fucking whip to be on board with you? Like, are you gross? Like, actually fucking so incompetent, dude. God damn. Like, God damn, dude. Yeah. Put that dick back in your pants, Chuck. What are you doing? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Nancy Pelosi, for all of her fucking awfulness, would not allow this sort of shit to happen. Like, that's why she's a way more competent. She's awful, regardless, because of her worldview. But, like, God, Chuck Schumer's so fucking incompetent. It's actually gross.
When the Senate fails to do anything, they always do the National Defense Authorization Bill.
Man, oh man, but it's like my man's talking about the Defense Authorization Bill like it's a tradition, you know? It's like going Christmas caroling or something. Come on, man, we pass it every year. What are you doing? What's wrong with my chatterino? Thank you, Bald since 16 for gifting a tier 1 sub.
It shows that Congress can come together, at least on this measure, when it comes to supporting our men and women in uniform and keeping...
Who says Chuck does not support this? Chuck is for the 2K bill. But he never said go filibuster the NDAA. No. If I'm not mistaken, I'm almost certain that Chuck is on board with whatever the fuck Bernie's doing. They're in lockstep with one another. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that Chuck Schumer is on board with whatever the fuck Bernie's doing. And he does support the filibuster.
...our country safe. This year, the bill authorizes $740.5 billion in defense spending. It provides another 3% well-deserved pay raise for our troops.
Okay, dude, fuck off. I don't give a shit about the details. Fuck you. Clearly the filibustering of the NDAA is a tactical move to apply pressure to the Republicans. It's not to like literally defund the military, you dumb fuck. Oh man. I can't believe the troops are not going to get their fucking pay. Like, shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. The whole point is everybody wants this to happen, you know, but they're using this as an opportunity to get the message across that like the 2K increase has to occur in direct payments to the American citizens.
It also recognizes that many in the armed forces are on the front lines here at home as well, helping fight the ongoing COVID-19 epidemic, providing our troops with necessary benefits and protections, including a 10% increase in hazardous duty pay.
Oh my God, I'm losing my fucking mind. Oh, dude. Yeah, if only we treated other essential personnel with the same care, with the same level of care.
The bill also includes a number of provisions that I authored and supported, including language expressing strong support for the Baltic states and Ukraine, especially in the face of continued, unforgivable Russian aggression. It requires the renaming of military bases in the United States, which were once named in honor of Confederate generals, those who served in the Confederacy in an attempt to secede from the Union and to defend the institution of slavery have been enshrined in the names of these bases for many, many years. This effort to rename them is long, long overdue. It tries to correct and recognize the mistakes of our past.
Dude, just stop. I can't do this. This is such unhelpful. It's like, it's such bad messaging, dude. Bernie will be on CNN within the next hour. Do you want to watch it when it happens? Sure. Let me know when he goes on CNN. We'll watch it. Oh my God, they're going to have Durbin come on. And why John Bolton? Oh God, they're going to double dick him, dude. It's an ambush, Bernie. They're going to red wedding you. You fucking called it. Loeffler, Purdue support increasing relief payments to 2K. Yeah, of course they do. They do. Of course they do.
I always find it amusing that whenever you try to help struggling working families, some of my Republican colleagues are worried about spending too much money. But when it comes to giving huge tax breaks to the richest people in this country, when it comes to giving tax breaks to large profitable corporations like Amazon, who pay virtually nothing in federal taxes, when it comes to hundreds of billions of dollars in corporate welfare, when it comes to a military budget, which is the largest on record, which has massive amounts of overruns and waste in it, not a problem. But if we try to help working families who are struggling, oh my goodness, we can't do it. Bottom line is, Eamon, we are in an unprecedented moment in American history. In the richest country in the history of the world, you got 500,000 people sleeping out on the streets who are homeless. You got 90 million people who are uninsured or underinsured. You got half our population living paycheck to paycheck. People are now in desperation. They are losing faith in democracy in America. And if we want to restore faith in our government, now is the time to address the pain and the anxiety and the fear that so many of our people are feeling. Let us do this $2,000 per adult.
Christ, yeah, it is happening. The Colorado shit is wild. Great. If there was only there was only one other thing that could just like really fuck everything up right now. It's a different mutated strain of COVID that is way better at spreading. You know, that's what America really needed. The mutated strain of COVID in the UK is now has now reached Colorado. It's the first official case of it. It spreads way faster. It probably was here already. As far as I know, there's no reason to believe the vaccines won't work against this, but it spreads much faster. Currently, 80% of infections in the UK are of this new strain. Yeah. Hey, by the way, remember, the United States of America and one other country were the only two countries where you didn't need to test negative to travel to it. Turkey, this week, I believe, changed that rule, and I think the United States is now only now officially changing that. You need to test negative to come into the United States. At a time when like other countries literally have a complete shutdown of travel, or very very limited shutdown of COVID travel. What is this? With respect to Bernie? This world is changing. Okay? It's changing. People are upset all around the world. There is mass unrest. Countries are ravaged by ecological disasters at rates previously thought unimaginable. There is political turmoil everywhere. Chile, Bolivia, Latin American countries, African countries, Middle East is a complete mess. As a matter of fact, everywhere but the United States of America, people are rising up. Change is coming. By policy or by pitchfork. Bernie Sanders is the soft left hook. I wish people over at the New York Times and in other media outlets could come to terms with that reality. Real voice is because I have a different. I think I had a guest at that time, so the noise gate and like the noise shit was different. Anyway. Were you streaming less then? No. No, this isn't a fucking. This is like this year, the beginning of this year. Grow out your hair again. It was cute back then. I mean, it's getting there. Oh, it does not look like the 2,000 chicks will be heading for the president's desk. Yeah, of course. They tagged along a poison. They tagged along two fucking ridiculous things. The Commission to Study Election Fraud. Who gives a fuck? I would even give that. But the repeal of 230 is the poison pill here. So they're going to tag that on. And it's now up to the Democrats to say, nope, straight up. We're doing... What is this? There has never been anything more British than a millionaire Tory eel farmer accidentally putting himself out of business by voting for Brexit.
In Gloucester. For 50 years, Peter has exported glass eels from his base in Gloucester. All his customers are in the EU, from Germany to...
What is 230? 230 is an internet liability shield, basically. Fucking kill me, dude, in a video game. Oh my God, people are constantly like, what is 230? What is 230? Just know that Section 230, gotta make a command for it. Section 230 is, in reductive terms, an internet liability that currently allows private corporations to have terms of service and not get fucking legal penalties for allowing psychotic people from saying whatever the fuck they want on their platforms, okay? Why are you so angry? Because people can fucking Google it, man. And I love that you guys come to me for all these questions, but like it's one that is asked every fucking day, like over and over again. This is like the 8th time that I'm answering it. You're not describing it well? Okay, well then you describe it, okay? In your own fucking channel. Dumb bitch. If Section 230 was repealed, some chatter said some whack shit. Could you be liable? No. The only reason why I use that as an example is because That's the best way to. It's like in the comment section of the New York Times. If someone says some fucking crazy shit, then the New York Times would be liable. But it's actually not that. It's literally if I say some fucking crazy shit, then Twitch is liable. And that's one way that like Democrats are kind of on board with it because they're like, well, at least they'll ban Nazis. Like, no, bitch, they'll ban everybody. Okay, it's dumb as fuck. I described it like 30 minutes ago, man. It's very frustrating that like I constantly need to go back over and over again and re-describe the same concepts.
To Holland, Sweden to Greece. With just 4 days till the transition period ends, he can feel his business slipping away.
We will produce the documentation, but
3-month subscriber. There you go.
unfortunately, our customers have also got a raft of documentation to produce to allow the import to go ahead. So why buy from the UK? Might as well buy from another producer in France who can deliver to the door, no documentation, no problems.
You voted for Brexit. How are you feeling about that now?
I think, be careful what you wish for. That's, yes, I thought we were going to get a global market. This was going to be a new opportunity, but it hasn't turned out like this. I would have never voted for Brexit if I knew we were going to lose our job.
Peter's business turns over around £2 million a year and employs around 10 staff.
3 times a week, this company transports these baby eels to countries right across the EU. The fear for Peter and his staff is that if there's any extra paperwork for his customers because of this Brexit deal, it could make transporting these eels uncompetitive.
It's so funny. I mean, just every part of this is hilarious because who the fuck is buying eels anyway? Like, it's like such a highly specialized, wildly minuscule part of Brexit. But one of the most exciting things about chatting in here is the concept of getting banned for saying something that would be upset Hasanabi. Like, no, you know when I'm fucking fired up. And someone literally is like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, you should stop crying. Like, that's an easy perma. Like, I will never think twice about you. I don't give a fuck how many months you've been subscribed to me. And people try to test that all the time. And I literally just ban them. Like, if you've been here for 3 months, you definitely know I've banned people for less than that. Deal persona when, bruv? Like, yeah, fuck you. I don't give a shit. Fuck yourself. Get fucked. Watch the clip mods put in the Section 230 command. Section 230 is, in reductive terms, an internet liability that currently allows private corporations to have terms of service and not get fucking legal penalties for allowing psychotic people from saying whatever the fuck they want on their platforms, okay? Why are you so angry? Because people can fucking Google it, man. And like, and I love that you guys come to me for all these questions, but like, it's one that is asked every fucking day. This is a decent article that also covers all the miscommunication or the misinformation around Section 230. The guy in this clip was in UKIP ads. If you didn't know, fuck yeah. That's awesome. You should make a written record of your views that you can direct people to. I mean, I do have a written record of my views that people can go and find. It's called my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hasanabi. It's also so dumb because it'll hurt Republicans more. Like that's the other reason why this is like additionally idiotic. No, the Biden live stream didn't cut away before that. That's not from today. That's from yesterday. Anyway, first case of UK COVID strain detected here. Yeah, I know. We already said that. Schumer responds to Mitch's bill. Chuck Schumer says, here's Chuck Schumer's statement. Senator McConnell knows how to make 2,000 survival checks reality, and he knows how to kill them. If Senator McConnell tries to load up the bipartisan House-passed Cash Act with unrelated partisan provisions that will absolutely do nothing to help struggling families across the country, he will not pass the House and cannot become law. Any move like this by Senator McConnell would be a blatant attempt to deprive Americans of a $2,000 survival check. Will Senate Republicans go along with McConnell's cynical gambit, or will they push him to give a vote on the standalone House-passed Cash Act? Good. This is the moment. This is the time to literally scream this on the fucking rooftops. That's the right thing to do. And again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Chuck Schumer is doing the right thing. This is not a moment that you see quite frequently. Wait, Jim Belushi? Apparently, a lot of people think anime and cannabis go together. I guess I'm set. Oh, yeah. I tweeted about this earlier. In more lighthearted news, top of the hour, every hour, 6-second ad break. First of all, let's run that, and then we'll move on to some other news stuff. Here's the ad. Okay. You're an anime Norman, dude? I don't care. Yes, I am. I'm an anime Norman, and I wear that loudly and proudly. That means I'm not a fucking degenerate freak. Okay, shut the fuck up. There you go. Is that what you wanted to hear? You fucking disgusting weeb? Because I will say it. Okay, so is it just me or Chuck? Is that a pretty solid month? I mean, I think he's like a little worried. Are there any remedies to bypass Mitch? Is there any way to remedy Mitch? No. The only remedy to fucking get Mitch McConnell out, and it's not even just Mitch McConnell, the only remedy for whoever the fuck runs the Senate, if they are Republicans, is to vote them out. There's no other way. Mitch McConnell is very good at using his position of power within the Senate to stop everything from going forward. And that's pretty much it. The only way you can do it is by voting for John Ossoff and radical liberal Raphael Warnock in the Georgia runoff races, therefore eliminating the Republican majority in the Senate and taking away Mitch McConnell's power to control the Senate. So that's it. That's the only way that you can actually stop this from happening. And that's why I'm frustrated with like every single Democrat that is not in unison crying about the $2,000 checks at this moment. Because it's a double bind. On the one hand, you're making an actual legitimate argument as to why you should vote for Democrats instead of Republicans and take away the obstructionist Republicans' power so that we can actually get shit done in times of need. And secondly, that's how you win the fucking Georgia race. Senate Dems probably don't want it to pass either. Man, you don't know that, and it doesn't matter. Even if Senate Democrats don't want to fucking pass it, who cares? They're saying that they want to pass it. That's what's important. They say they want to pass it. Why would you be like, oh, well, I guess they don't want it either? They're fucking advocating for it, so shut the fuck up. If they win Georgia, which I suspect, if they win Georgia, which is a long shot, but let's say they win Georgia, they have the Senate majority, and they still don't fucking advocate for $2K in direct payments, then you fucking bring out the pitchforks. Ultimately, though, if you bust out the pitchforks